Welcome to another weekly news roundup here on the SOP News Hours. Yeah, whatever. Welcome. I was going to be all fancy schmancy. You know what? Ain't none of us here fancy. We just normal people trying to do the right thing by everybody else.
Yeah.
We just trying to live a good life, doing the right thing, take care of our friends and family, helping them be under better understanding of what's going on. So with that being said, let's cover the news. Mr. Gill, you have the first set of screens. Take it away.
Okay. Today's been a little bit active around the world, but especially here in the U.S. Off the coast of California and Oregon. Actually, let me zoom in on. So there's the Oregon border. Hop over here in the excuse me, plate here. This is the Cascadia subduction zone, and so we had. This is all of these are all today. The yellow ones are yesterday, back 5 more days. But the orange ones are all today. And so we have. Let me click this right here. Show only what's on the map. So we got 5.9, 5.9, 4.7, 4.2, 3.9. Yeah, we got a bunch right in here going on here, and it's been calculate here. It's been probably 9 months since this has been that active on this little plate here. Usually it's off on the side or all around it, but on this plate there. But the interesting thing, too, that also happened here, I'm going to go due east over here to South Dakota, right on the border here.
Hey, they're digging underground tunnels again. Leave them alone.
Well, you got a lake here. You got another lake up here. They have a 3.7 and a 3.1. This one was about 2 hours ago. About 2 hours ago. Yeah. So, yeah, this one's been bouncing around over here, too. Expect to see some more as fast as those were shaking. But, a couple twos, but they haven't come up yet. So we may get some more dots popping up before we're done here tonight. But interesting thing. Oh, I almost forgot. The interesting thing between these two here, let me back it up here so I get it just right. So that blue dot and this one here, it's at a slight angle. If you go up, you're just about, let me pop this up here, from here to here, up to that green dot at the top. That's the magnetic North Pole where it's floating around. Almost at an angle to that. The other thing that was scary about the ones out here in the water, the shock waves were actually felt 50 kilometers inland. So it's felt inland, and this was only 9 kilometers or 5.6 miles deep, which is insanely shallow for an epicenter.
Yep. Hi, Martha. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Howie. Brenda and Mary.
Yeah, I was a bad host. I forgot to say hello to everybody. So I guess I should do a quick roll call.
Yeah, let's see.
We've got Howie, then Al, then Gil, then Al, then me, then Lori, and there's Jay, there's Mary Lucy, there's Gray, there's Jay, the other Lori. So not only does Gil have a twin, Lori's got a twin. There's CB. There's there's Martha, old school prepper. There's Howie again. There's Duncan 1900. There's Miss Rebel Canners.
Tammy.
Yep. I think that's everybody for now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's one or two trolling or hiding in the background.
Yep.
So you don't have to say none. Just hello. Thanks for stopping by. If you can, hit the like button. Just don't smash it like I did and have to replace your monitor. For those who missed my short, go watch my little short from earlier today. You'll see what I'm referring to. What else you got there, Mr. Gill?
Okay, one final thing on earthquakes here, just for the year to date so far. Bring it up on the computer. So far, 6.0 or greater earthquakes there have been 68 so far this year. We're actually a little behind. We're a little behind, but of 7.0 or greater, there's been 9, and that puts us ahead of the curve on those. So,
All the takers, hello.
we're on the curve to get over 18 7-pointers or greater worldwide, and that puts us well above the last several years.
Right.
Yep.
So
Also, there's
Mary
a-
Beth has snuck in here. Let's see who else. Stringfield snuck in.
Yep.
We have somebody new. All the Things Acres. I don't remember seeing that name, but they've probably been here at least once before.
They were over on Stringfield Ridges Live.
And Bittersweet Homestead. Good evening. Hello. Thank you. And again, please gently tap the like button. I'd appreciate it.
You mean that one right there?
Yeah. Don't let the smoke out. All right.
Yeah. So that's the one. Did you want me to do fires now too, or come back?
We'll
to
do that in a minute. Let me run through a couple quick of these here. Let's get a few of these up out the way. I'm going to say it in the most succinct way I can. Welcome to China. That's all I got to say is welcome to China. If you don't understand what that means, don't
I
choke
thought
on
that
it,
was-
Joe.
I thought that was welcome to Japan, since they've been wearing masks longer on their subways. mean, it's
You know what?
30 years they've been
When it
wearing
comes
masks.
when it comes to cultures, when it comes to current cultures, I would live in Japan far faster than I would move to China.
Mhm.
Because at least
We're
in
a lot
Japan, even
cleaner.
though there's a huge language barrier, because I don't speak it and understand it very well, as an American, I would be accepted more readily than if I were to go to China.
Yep. And we're a lot
So at
cleaner
least-
too.
So at least at that aspect, if we were going to Japan, I'd be a lot happier. But I'm not happy about this. They're
Right.
trying to make it so people have to wear them more often. Even after you've had the shot, please wear a mask anyway. Why? Because we want to control you.
In Japan, it's cultural. We do it for the season, also for hay fever.
Well,
If you
then their smog level is considerably higher too because
Right.
of all the industry.
Yeah, you would not believe the smog.
let's
CR's
see.
here.
Hey, CR.
Hey, good evening, creative. Let's see. We don't care about Selma. Uh-oh. Now they're trying to find a new route to scare you into doing what they tell you to do. As the Red Dragon collides with HIV/AIDS, the pandemic may take an ominous turn. Oh, scary. But people who've had the Red Dragon vaccine should get a state-issued driver's license to party.
A
Yeah.
state
Yes,
issued driver's license
let's
to
cause
party.
the average person who can't get their face out of their phone for 2 seconds to drive down the road in a safe manner, a license to go to a bar and drink heavily to get back in said car with phone stuck in their face while driving, going, hey, see what I'm doing? Right, until they crash and take the lives of people who had nothing to do with it in the first place.
Or in their house.
Yeah. As you can tell, guys, I'm jaded against people who have their phone stuck in their face constantly.
Right.
Uh,
let's see.
Our infamous leader, because he's not famous, he's not fearless, rejects GOP's latest offer on infrastructure.
Because infrastructure thing was a joke. Big boondoggle in history. Didn't work in 2008, won't work now.
Let's see. I ain't worried about none of those. He's still talking about maybe forgiving student debt, but there's so many red strings attached to it, it probably wouldn't do any good anyway.
Right.
I got a better idea.
So that cracks me up.
Rather than forgive student debt, how about forgiving medical treatments for cancer patients?
I'm good for that too. Hey, Kyle. All right. The Red Dragon's breeding grounds says their vaccines don't appear to be effective at preventing outbreaks in the real world. Oh, really? Gee,
About
I
that
thought
much
we
sugar
said that
water
about
in
9
it.
months ago.
Yep.
Yeah, see, this is what I've been saying for a while. Enhanced unemployment benefits were stopping folks from taking jobs. Yes, it made people lazier than what they already were. Excuse me.
All right, I think I got everybody.
Oh, well, for those who have gotten the shot and who have to take arthritis drugs, you may be at a weakened response rate. Oh, they didn't tell you that? They ain't telling you guys a lot of stuff, most of which I can't cover because it's not publicly known yet.
Right.
And if I start spitting out some of the things I've heard, which I can't prove until they're publicly made, then I'm going to have people showing up my door asking all kinds of questions I really don't want to answer.
In the white vans.
No, it won't be white.
I know. Let's see. Oh, I have to tell people this because it's Red Dragon related. Go watch the old whatchamacallit, Godzilla movie makers Toho production of Attack of the Mushroom People. Big hint, 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 India. Nobody gets that joke. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm just not going there with it.
Me neither. Federal Reserve is warning of inflation. That's basically what that boils down to, inflation. Labor shortage, more expensive raw materials. What's that mean? Groceries and other goods are going to get more expensive. Something we've been saying since last year. Watch out for price hikes.
Right.
It's already going. Bleach is already going up.
Yep. Guam, Hawaii, and Alaska, they're having shortage runs of everything, mostly Hawaii. Alaska is sort of all right. Guam's like they're sweating bullets. U.S. Forest Services are looking for illegal lumber mills, forested lands.
Wow. Yahoo is on a loop here. It's giving me the exact same stories over and over again. Let's go ahead and refresh. There's one thing that I really wanted to show tonight, and I don't know if I'm going to find it now, is everybody's favorite governor, Nuisance, played game show host. And it's not showing it now. I should have kept it. Darn it. But it shows him on California TV drawing winning names for those who took the shot in the arm. They got $50,000. So you want to get rich? Move to California, take the shot, and throw your name in a hat. You may get pulled live on TV by your favorite governor, Nuisance.
Or pulled dead. 50-50 chance, folks.
Hey, Carol, you are not allowed to try and run back to the stream just so you don't miss it and trip over rabbit holes. That is not allowed. That is not acceptable. Okay. Stick a branch in it so you know it's there next time, please. We don't want you watching from a hospital bed with a broken ankle. That's not good. I don't see anything else this week's news that's overly pressing. Oh, I didn't see this one until now. Winner of Ohio vaccine lottery says 1 million prize pushed me over the edge to get it.
But he didn't get the prize, did he?
No.
No, they got it. Toledo man wins the first one. Somebody else has won the second one. So, get rich quick scheme. And this is your favorite Soylent Green commercial. We are not trying to control you. Please go take the shot so we can convince you. And if we can't convince you, let's bribe you by offering $1 million at a chance in hell to win it.
All right, I got Newsom up here on the lottery. Oh, and FEMA's hiring too. Yeah. Well, ooh, he kicks off the lottery. Multiple winners from the San Francisco Bay Area counties.
Isn't that where he's at, the firm and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Does anybody smell corrupted rats? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
aren't those winners all rich people living in the Bay Area with multi-million houses?
Actually, they are illegal. Oh, undocumented. Sorry, I got to follow nuisance BS. Undocumented when they're actually, they're illegal. Yeah. So,
he lives a mundane life. Oops, there's that M word again. Oops.
yeah. So, due to privacy concerns, winners will have the option to accept the prize while remaining anonymous. Illegal.
Which is their way of saying we're going to pick people we're not going to pay.
Yeah, so
That's the easiest way to get out of it. Somebody remains anonymous. They sign a statement stating that they are not going to ever release their own personal name. And then if they don't get paid, they can't say nothing about not getting it because they signed a paper said they'd never say anything about it.
Isn't that illegal? Because all California 12 and older who received the vaccination can enter the drawing. So a 12-year-old can win $50,000.
Well, see, therein lies the rub, Al. And I didn't know if anybody'd be bringing it up.
Here's what it
So
says.
you did.
The
Well,
money was
according
placed in a
to-
savings account until they're 18.
Technically, according to California law, which is the one that wrote the federal law on lotteries and such, it came from California's law because it was extremely stringent. You can't enter no matter what. Anybody under the age of 18 cannot enter a lottery of any sort. So therefore, they are breaking their own laws by doing so. Now, I would love to be the one
He does breaks his own law all the time.
Yeah, I would love to be the one to walk up to News and say, hey, by the way, did you realize you're breaking your own laws? What? Nobody under the age of 18 can enter a lottery. That's California's own law.
Yep. I'll be right back, folks. I hear
Well,
my
what
family
the
screaming.
problem
Don't worry
is-
about Al. He's just going to go out and get his own lottery ticket.
Well, what probably is what they're doing is saying, well, they didn't enter the lottery, we entered them.
Yeah, it's a person underage. Period. Hey, if they're going to get technical on little teeny things like that with us out here in the real world,
Yeah, we get a bit
and
technical.
they start slipping around it, then I want the same ability to start skirting through those little teeny loopholes they are. All's fair in love and war, and this is turning into war
Yeah,
because I definitely don't love them.
yeah. So that's the great nuisance. See, no shocker there. How everything goes. Chunk Island in the Amazon is disappearing. Lori has it good. Take the lottery money and disappear.
Nope. Me no disappear. I would take care of the house that I'm living in. I'd have it completely refurbished and make sure my friend Ed could sell it or do whatever he wanted with it. I would go out in the middle of the country, literally in the middle of nowhere, set up several satellite dishes, build up my infrastructure in the middle of nowhere, full solar, no power from anywhere else, several underground storage units.
Buy one of those silos.
Huh?
Buy one
No,
of those
I will
silos.
not. No, No.
I have a
Those are
couple of
death traps.
silos, but it's full of whatchamacallit.
Silage.
Yeah.
It's full of poo poo.
No,
No,
it's full of silage, which is
I'm referring to the
chopped
old
corn
Minuteman ones
stalks,
underground.
urea, molasses, sugar beets, corn, oats, anything I could ferment.
Yeah.
We feed that to the cows during winter.
Yes, Lori.
Happy.
Lori, if you win, call me and I will act as a consultant to help you spend it in such a way that you and your family will not have to worry about anything. I only require a 10% fee. Not much.
You got to love nuisance because he's saying 2A taxes and the NRA what's left, and everybody else say hell no. We're suing California for $1 trillion.
California's going even farther in debt.
Well, what I find absolutely hilarious is something they don't talk about. All right, let's say one of these people, and obviously there's people that are winning money. We're going to use a nice round number because it's easier to run the numbers with when you use a round number. Let's say somebody wins $10,000 out of, now Gil and Al, you can correct me on this because I think my numbers may be slightly off. Standard taxes in most states is 33%. Seeing as how that is a winning, it is subject to taxes. Therefore, and if I'm not mistaken, California's taxes are like 43%, 43%.
Exempt. All lottery winnings in California are exempt from.
Oh, they changed
it. Was from the beginning. Any lottery winning in California, because
in Michigan, here in Ohio, lottery winnings are not exempt over $500. If it's $4.99 or less, it's exempt. Once you break that $500 mark, it is reported to the IRS, and you have to pay taxes on it.
You got to pay federal taxes, like state taxes. In most of the states, they exempt it just so they could get used as an incentive to go ahead. If you win, we're not going to tax you. You just spend your money here. That's the way they're looking at it. But California from the very get-go, that was part of the thing, is that any winnings could not be taxed by the state of California. So you're just getting hit.
They actually did one thing correct.
Yeah. Well, that's the only way. That's the only way to get the voters to approve it. Because that one went before the voters to be approved to do the lottery, and
in front of an open window.
Yeah. So that was a.
I don't know what to tell you.
That was one of the things, is that they were saying nope, we ain't going to approve it unless there's no state taxes on winnings. So. And I'm not sure how many other states do as well. Do not do state taxes. You get nailed federally, but not by the state.
Welcome back, Duncan.
In Michigan, you get $100,000 per year for 30 years.
On 15 million.
On 15 million.
Yeah, see, most lump sum payouts are only a portion of the actual lump sum.
Yeah.
Well, the Mega Millions, if you take, let's say you win 100 million in the Mega Millions, and you take the lump sum option, you actually only win 50 million. But the nice thing is, you're only paying taxes on what you actually take out of it. So it's not like you win 100 million, you take the lump sum option, and you're still paying the tax on 100 million. You're only paying tax on the 50 million.
Right. And
personally, that would be the way I would go. I would take a lump sum option, pay the taxes on it all right away, and then vanish into the middle of nowhere in a house, me and Charles, everything we need off grid completely.
Yeah. I figured it out. What they were doing back in the beginning in California for Mega Millions and the others is if you took the lump sum was 60% of what the price was if you took the annuity. And so, unless you just turned 21, it's more advantageous to take the lump sum than it is the annuity. Just turned legal age and you bought it, the day after your birthday and you won. Then it's better to take it for the annuity where you when it goes over, you get the full amount and you can invest it properly and not blow it all like a stupid teenager would.
Or better yet, if they can't pay, just take pieces of California and make your own state, the state of Uncle Al.
Well, see, then what I got to do is I got to laugh at all these people and say, I go out and buy me an island. I go out and buy an island in the middle of in the Pacific.
Tidal wave.
Did y'all forget about two major things? A, you can't go that deep, and B, there's hurricanes. you're not well protected unless you've got a really, really big island that's got a really deep base to it to where you can dig several 100 feet deep.
And the island sinks. What's more funny are people, I've been talking this on my last video. People think Hawaii is the perfect paradise. And I keep
Nope.
telling people Hawaii imports 90% of everything.
Mhm.
If you want milk, it comes from the mainland. If you want ice cream, it comes from the mainland. Hawaii only have a very small production, and mostly that for commercial. If you like sugarcane or Doyle pineapples, not a problem. Anything else, new.
Well, let's see. In Hawaii, they've had in the last day several earthquakes, 2.9, 3.1, all on the southern tip, not quite the southern tip, but southeastern tip of the main island. Yeah, and that's volcanic activity. Nope, I'm not going to go living anywhere near a currently active volcano. Because there's going to come a time when they all decide to go.
Now remember, the Hawaiian island Galapagos are all volcanic. They'll go
I closed
boom,
it.
boom.
I closed it.
Oops.
And
What's that? The earthquake one?
No, the picture.
Oh.
That of that volcano.
Oh, yeah. People might like that one. That was a pretty good job. I give you credit for that. That looked pretty sweet.
Let's see if I can find it here then.
Right there. What do
There
y'all
you
think
go.
about that volcano?
Yeah. Say hello to my friend Volcanalis. The Roman volcano god. Can I make it? Let's see here. Yeah. Look at those eyes looking at you.
Looks like a dragon.
No, actually, I think it looks more like a flaming panther or something. Yeah.
No, actually, if you take a really close look and you go look at the human lizard, the one that literally has no eyes because it's blind, that lives underground in a cave,
Yeah,
kind of looks like that.
or Nancy Pelosi.
Hey, play nice now.
Yeah. This is not as ugly as Nancy Pelosi. No way. This is a lot better looking.
I say
So-
the cave.
Besides, Al, the thing is, this is Photoshop. She's not.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. This is what I did is I took. Let me see if they'll show it here. It's not giving it to me now. Oh, I know why.
What happens in Nevada stays in Nevada.
That came from this one. This was the volcano, and I just I saw so I mirrored it. So I turned it from that to that.
No offense to any cave lizards. We like lizards.
No. I haven't been a truck driver. There's one former lizard I can deal without. Thank you.
All things Vickers. That's why I live in Nevada. And Carol says a demon looks better than Nancy.
No, I wouldn't go that far, but
Lori still says it looks like a lion.
Lori's got lions on the brain.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Newsflash: NAS is holding a multicultural event in Angola,
Come on.
former site of death camp.
Ah,
At 11.
I want to close. There it goes. I only got it to close.
What'd you drop there, Howie? Unfortunately, I can't copy and paste that.
Hang on, I'm working on it. Come on.
And we ain't lying, Lori. If one of us wins, we'll pick you up, make sure you're well taken care of, and so is your family.
All right. Let me see. Move over here on this page to it over here.
Because see, that's what a lot of people don't worry. If I were to be fortunate enough to ever win the lottery, which I don't play because it's a form of gambling, if I were to win, I would probably depending on current state of things, probably go out and pick up 300-400 acres, because there are still areas where you can buy several hundred acres at a shot. Build up my own solar panel area and build a small how
he was sharing. That's the video we put out today.
I love the lilacs. But I would build my own little city in the middle of nowhere for people to come live rent free.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to build a complex up there because that's the thing. As much as I like the cold weather and Gil can handle the cold weather, 90% of y'all can't handle cold weather. So I can't build one in an area that's got cold weather, even though the ground needs a chance to recuperate during planting or between planting seasons, which is why winter areas are usually good. That way your ground has a chance to rest. And with, say, 400 acres, there's plenty of areas to plant different crops for each season, so your ground can recuperate in other ways as well.
Yeah, if I win the lottery, there's still some land over by Boise, off to the southeast of it, a couple of 7,000-acre ranches for sale. Yeah, I would go pick one of those up.
Well, see, to Carol's comment, I would not use solar for heating. I would go geothermal for heating. Solar for power, geothermal for heating.
Yeah. Yeah, a guy told me. Guy is the city maintenance guy. He's also owns his own well drilling company. There's a shameless plug for Guy's well drilling company here in Idaho. He's when they drill, they to the east of us. Is it east of us or west of us? One direction, whichever the direction from where we're sitting at here, because we're on the edge of the basalt plateau underground here. Whichever way he was talking to me about, I wish I could remember. They have to when they hit about 215 to 275, if I remember my numbers right, they get hot water. But when they go down another 500 feet, then they get cold water. Mm-hmm. So there's an aquifer of hot water coming from the northeast, or it's geothermally heated. So yeah, we got geothermal heating down there, and it's coming from a ways away because it's following an underground aquifer.
Yeah, there's places up in the middle of Michigan that are geothermal too, and most people don't realize that Michigan, which is surrounded by water and is full of water, has actual geothermal vents in it.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Mary Beth. Here's something really whacked out here. Okay, several weeks ago, we were having a week and a half ago, we were having frost warning. It's hit 92 today here. I mean, it's just, we had frost warnings, like 12 days ago, and we've got 92 degrees right now.
Thanks, Carol. I'm not that mean of a person. I would not force you to wear a tank top that says thanks, Dave. Your hoodie would have to, but not your tank top.
Lord. Anyway, folks, on the weather, and within 2 weeks, Gil,
yeah,
we have some bad news. In 2 weeks, we might have a shift. It's going to go back to its old pattern. We're cold, and then for 2 weeks, and then hot again.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been tracking on that too. Where I'm at up here, I'm sitting in the friggin' little bowl here, and everything is supposed to be dropping. The pressure is missing us for the next at least the next 10 days to 15 days. It's missing us. It's going around us, and we're just going to sit here and bake. because because we had such a dry winter, all the little lakes, all the little ponds and stuff all around the region here are dry. Unless it's a big one, it's dry. And
Right.
that's affecting the weather, the temperature and the weather patterns because they don't have that water coming up, moisture coming. I'm acting like Steve. Of course, they're trainers. I'm getting serious, folks. I'm moving my hands. I like Steve.
Yep.
Steve Good Peoples.
Check out his new video on flanking.
Yep.
Standard military procedure.
All right.
Hey, all things acres. I've had enough rain here that we've actually got mushrooms growing in our grass. Lots of shrooms, not good ones, but there's so much moisture in the ground here from the last couple days that we actually have mushrooms that popped up.
Same thing down with Broussards too. I mean, they're just sick and tired of it, and now this hurricane season has begun for them.
Don't worry, in a few more years, hurricane season will not actually stop if the earth continues to wobble over like it's been.
Yeah.
But of course, you know, all the climatologists are saying it's man created. We're causing the earth to tilt because we're all on one side of it, not the other. Bull crap.
Yep. Go see
It's
Dave's
cyclical.
video. Yep.
It's cyclical.
And if Dave and me are right, we're going to have some fun, folks. Some places going to be like Antarctica. Other places it's going to be a desert. Other places, gee, I never know. We're having a giant lake in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Well, it's already proven fact that at one time, Greenland and Iceland were both tropical areas compared to their colder, much colder climates now. They were an actual tropical. In order for that to have happened, that means at one point in time in the Earth's history, it was twisted compared to what it is now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, that's a geological proven fact. Okay. It's not hyperbole. It's not conspiracy theorism. It's actual documented scientific fact. So for those who are out there thinking it doesn't turn, it spins in a nice circle. No, it's not. The earth is flat in the middle, kind of like me. It wobbles around kind of like I do, even sober. And it's tilted, which right now I'm straight up, but it's tilted.
I'm tilted.
So,
Yeah.
you know, these so-called climate people are so far out. Well, the only reason they're doing it is because they're making money hand over fist because, you know, they got their fingers in the wrong pots and they're money hungry.
They're dealing fair porn.
Yep. And
So-
also, biggest thing on fear porn, I have to tell people, I do mathematics a lot. And if they say carbon dioxide one more time, I swear to God, I'm going to kick them in the nads.
Don't, Al. You don't want to go to jail.
Ow.
Okay. Because one, if we are, since the turn of the century into the industrial age, the heavy part, we'd have been dead in July 1975 from carbon dioxide poisoning by their own words, their own methods, and their own terminology. We'd have been dead in July 1975. So we look pretty good for dead people, don't we?
Yep. Hey, Al. A very good friend of mine. I'm going to name names. James Brunk. He's a biochemist engineer from the Lawrence Livermore Lab. He retired a few years back. When I forget the Dinglebutt's name that came out with the theory, the global warming theory.
Right.
They all jumped on it and started tearing it apart. It is based on 11 major theories, not facts, theories, and 21 minor theories. Within a year, 4 of the major theories had been proven false, and 6 of the minor theories had been proven false. All it takes is one of those theories to be proven false, and the whole theory is dumped in the trash. But no, the money pocket said, "Oh, yeah, no, it's still good, it's still valid, Yeah, so
Right, because Hubble's Cat and Praxis Prepper, that was my VR to them.
mhm.
because I believe in Dave and the cyclical rates and the sun and the whole bit.
Proven.
It's
proven.
proven.
Mhm.
And I told him a lot of that climate stuff was retracted because it was found false. And Gil
Well,
just proved it.
Yeah.
The whole thing
And-
is the
And several of the scientists that came out in support of it, by the end of the first year, had retracted their support and filed lawsuit to have their support taken, their names as supporters taken off of any.
Froze.
Yeah, so they wanted to be told the distance. No, we've discovered he fudged the numbers.
Right. Dave?
watch the next climate papers coming out over the next few months. Basically up until last part of last year and most of this year, they have never included solar irradiance and solar magnetism when compared to the Earth to figure out these climate problems that they're experiencing. The Beaufort Gyre, which is the current over in the Atlantic, I think that's the Atlantic, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, Atlantic, is starting to shut down. It has been for years, which is causing more warm water to stay up north than cold water coming down. So the water up there is getting warmer. It's a cyclical event. It happens about every 12,000 years. Okay. It's proven geological fact. So people might sit there and say, oh no, it's man-made. Well, okay. Well, you can believe what the mainstream media is lying to you about, or go do some homework. Use your brain if you got one. If you ain't got one, I can't help you.
Yeah.
And do some reading and research and go into an open mind and read everybody's papers. And by the time you're done reading all these papers, which will probably take you about 6 months of research, you'll see that it is a cyclical event. It's happened in the past. It's going to happen again in the future. We are overdue for it at this point in time. We are past the 12,000 year mark. So for the things that are happening, the solar micronova, which is usually what triggers a lot of things here on Earth, is overdue.
Yeah.
So let me put it this way. The Bible in the book of Revelations, it says that man, during the 7-year tribulation, man is going to complain about excessive heat from the sun. Well, yeah, it gets hot now.
Yeah.
You want to know what would almost burn the flesh off your body in the sunlight? A solar micronova. Gee, does it sound like the Bible's predicting one in the future? Yep.
Could be.
Oh, there's no could be too. That's the only way. That is the only way it would happen. God will use a solar micronova to make it happen.
I'm looking at some of the comments here. I've heard this before. Lori mentioned about the Sahara. Every 20,000 years becomes a tropic area.
Yep.
All green.
Egypt used to be a lush tropical area.
Yeah.
I got to correct that, folks. The Sahara is okay. Sahara was divided into 2 portions, and they had like a bigger delta than the Nile. And I keep telling people, because if you look through satellite photos, something happened horribly geologically and swept half of the Sierras into the Atlantic, because you cannot lose that much water and space and soil in about 2 days. It cannot be done. And this correlates with the Bible. Remember the flood, Noah, people in arks. It's even the Babylonians talk about it. So the Sahara was green, but also it was a big marshland too. And they had Great Lakes in it, because they find freshwater crocodiles in the middle of the Sierra, skeletons, freshwater sharks, fishes that's been extinct for over 100,000. Is that over 100,000 years? I'm trying to remember.
Hey, I got the other one I want to point out real quick here is what Rebel Canner said. They're talking about, oh, we got too many cows here. We got all the, cows are producing all this methane and stuff. It's, causing global warming. The number of cows in the United States. You take that number, you multiply it by 10, and you're getting close to how many bison or buffalo, whatever you want to call it, we're running across the Great Plains. Ain't no way the cows are producing more methane than them big monster bison were.
Or every
Okay,
Saturday at Taco Bell throughout America, everybody's doing the same thing.
Okay. I missed it, and I'm seeing condolences for somebody up here, so I'm not sure what that's about. I missed it. I tried to find it. I couldn't. So for that, I'm sorry, but I send my condolences and prayers your way as well.
That was, I saw on someone saying about their Facebook.
Yeah, there was Mary Beth saying something about condolences coming off Facebook. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I mean, so, he has two uncles who live near me, but we're not close. It's just me and our youngest son. So
okay. Thank you, Christy. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy.
oh wow. Okay.
Again, sorry, and you have my condolences, and I'll say some prayers.
Yeah.
Here, we're sitting here rambling about the future of the earth, and there's something more pressing right here in front of us. Apologies.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
that happens on live streams.
Andy
Sometimes we
for-
get caught up in our rants.
Right. Andy from Mad Dog Survival is out of the hospital. He successfully did 3 stent surgeries.
Good. Hopefully he'll be back up and running here soon.
Yes, he just did a Fatwood Friday for all of us.
YouTube must unsubscribe me because I didn't get his notification. I'll have to go try and track it back down again.
Oh, they listed him as dead for a while from YouTube. I had to relist twice already on Mad Dog Survival.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, we got a few minutes here. Go
Yeah,
ahead and tell me
so-
your fire thing there.
All right. So if anybody's been watching and listening to me over the last 2 years here and talking about it, or just watching the news and listening to Steve at Corsair Trainers or Uncle Al, and you've seen all the fires going on, it's basically what this guy's referring to here, what the fire chief here over in the San Mateo, Santa Cruz coordinate there, is that for the past 15 years, the fires have been getting worse, more often, bigger. I mean, just, you can check California fire history, and the biggest fires you can see, there's more big fires every year, and they just keep on pushing all the old ones down out because they're getting bigger and more of them every year. And they're expecting it to continue this year, especially since the western half or western third of the United States is actually in drought everywhere. And so there was enough rain this winter to get a lot of brush growing that's going to stop and turn brown. And the manzanita is had enough rain to make a lot of oil for itself, and not, but it's not growing. It's stopped. And you put a match to that stuff, and it's almost an explosive fire when it goes off.
Hello, Ms. Nina.
And that's going to be all over, not just California, Washington, and Oregon. Again, Arizona, Nevada, southern Utah, New Mexico. Montana is reporting extremely dry areas and stuff, and after a nice brush growth. And I'm not sure, I haven't checked up on Wyoming and Colorado, but it should be following suit. Someone can check up on those. And,
right. How about you, Gil, up in your state? Idaho.
All right. Here in eastern Idaho, we are severely short of water. Around here where I'm at, there's Indian reservations here, and all the little lakes and stuff they have out there and the ponds. And when I say little lakes, I'm talking maybe 2 acre, 3 acre lakes, small ones, are dry. These generally only have like 5 feet of water in them, but they're dry. They did not fill up this winter. And usually they don't dry up until the end of September, and they're already dry 6 weeks ago.
Right.
So, and our irrigation district, I sent out a letter, and it's basically cutting everybody's water in half. So you still got like we still have 2 days, but we're limited in the number of hours. Now they cut the hours down that we can pull out of the irrigation ditch.
Right. And also, this is hitting all the farmers and ranchers of the West. This is not a single state. This is multi-state. We're talking about, are you going to get milk? Are you going to get beef? Are you going to get fruits and vegetables? Because they're asking some of the orchard guys that I know to remove trees. And it takes 10 years to grow a decent tree.
Yep. And and the temperatures are going up. There's a thing on it. It's not the global warming temperatures going up. It's just because the winter it drops back down. It's this summer thing, which is indicative of our orbit. I mean our rotation. Dave, what's the word I'm looking for? Not our orbit, not orbit around the sun, but the rotation basically of the Earth. And it's tilted. It's tilted a little bit, so we are actually getting more light in the northern hemisphere during the summer. I mean, at 11 o'clock last night, I could still see, light out there in the far west, and it wasn't that way last year.
Miss Nina brings up another point. Our poles are shifting and have been, and it's been tracked since before the 1900s.
Yeah.
They are moving. The poles are moving. They plan on meeting over in the Indian Ocean. What happens when they meet? We don't know. Will the Earth poles completely stand still and we get a new North and South Pole? Or will they just bounce back to where they're usually at and just cause minor disturbances?
Or
in either
will they
case,
totally flip?
Right.
So your compass is pointing south when it should be pointing north.
No. If they meet over in the Indian Ocean, there's a high probability, according to scientific fact, that will become the South Pole, and the North Pole will snap back to the opposite side of the planet from that point, causing the Earth to literally go from like this to like that, which what is now Canada, and it's got its tropical zones and its tundra zones, will become more along the lines of, say, South Africa.
You got a hot part, you got a tropical part, and it's Surf Alaska.
All right, Dave, I got to bow out of here.
Yep.
Howie just reminded me, I got 5 minutes to go set mine up. So I'm heading over to the Camp Patton family compound for my, let's see if I got it over here. There it is. Here we go. And
Splat.
Hang on, give me a second here. And there's the link. There's the link to my live stream coming up here in a minute. And I'm going to head over there and get things set up. So I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.
Okay, so please, folks, you're fine, Miss Nina. We appreciate you stopping by. Just don't break your screen when you smack the like button. Thanks. Do some research, folks. You hear stuff that I say, especially when it comes to the wobble of the Earth and climate forcing, which is indicative of the sun saying hello. We're not going into grand solar minimum, not yet at least. Earliest things that I can, and mind you, I'm not a scientist. I just take and understand what I'm reading, and I'm sorry, I have no way to, and forgive the expression, dumb it down for other people to understand it. I can't do that. That's not the way my brain works. I can't bring it down to a non-scientific level, at least not on that subject. But if you go through and you do some research, you'll see that the sun, the way it interacts with the Earth, causes a lot more things than any, up until the last 5 years, especially anything before that, they never took the sun and what it does to the earth into consideration when they kept doing all these climate forecast models.
Yep.
Now the scientists that have been adamantly against including the sun are starting to actually use the sun in what they're talking about. They're saying all our models have been off by 15, 20, 30% for the last, 40, 50 years. And they're realizing it's not man-made, it's a cyclical event, and that we're headed for another event, which would and the events that they're describing are what's described in the book of Revelations. So, I mean, you want to know what's happening? Go read the book of Revelations. It's a scary book.
Right.
I agree.
Now,
It's got some imagery in there. Some people just don't understand, but go read it. Then read these scientific papers that are just starting to come out, and you'll see, dang, there's an awful lot of coincidences there.
right. As most people can't even read the book of Enoch, so we won't go into that. That's too complicated.
Right.
But I tell a lot of people this winter from 2021 to 2022, that's the springtime. I tell people you had a taste of it this spring and winter. Now, a lot of my friends, we're amateur meteorologists, and we're placing bets on it. I got about $200 rolling on this. And I'm telling people, you better get your winter supplies in October, and this is going all the way to June. This is how serious it is. And me and my friends are arguing because something's weird happening in the North Pole, the one everybody notices. But we're figuring out by mathematics that we might have a cold. You go down the Mississippi, you hang up, let's see, Mississippi, you hang a left. Which side is the Mississippi? Missouri's on the left or right?
Missouri's north of Mississippi.
Right. I'm trying to, the state is, but no, I mean the river. It's on the west side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You go straight down from Canada, from the Great Lakes, all the way down to El Paso, Texas. You're going to have the same thing what we had this year, the big freeze. It's going to be big freeze too, all the way down to El Paso, Dallas, Houston is going to suffer 20-degree freezing temperatures. I got $200 bet on that, so hopefully I'll lose the bet. But if I'm right,
and folks, obviously, some people are going to be taking that statement with a bit of salt. That's exactly what you want. We want you to do. Go out and do your own research. Don't take what we say verbatim. Go do some research. But having watched Uncle Al for, I don't know, a few minutes here and there over the last few years, only once have I ever seen his weather prediction off. Only once. So you can put a little bit of stock into it. It might be good, okay, to go do some research.
right.
Just for your own. Because you know what? It's just like anything with prepping. I can sit here and tell you for days upon days, I can show you how to do something. Unless you actually go do your own research, you're not learning a thing. Okay, I can show you how to baton wood. I can show you how to take a fire steel and a rock and flint and some char cloth and make a fire, or how to find chaga on a tree and create an ember so you can move from a fire from one place to another without having to, start all over again. I can show you how to do it, but you're actually not learning it. It's the same thing that comes with geophysics. Understanding what the earth is going through, what it's been going through, what is possibly coming ahead. You have to do some research on your own. With that being said, I'm going to say thank you very much for the 13 people that are here. We were at 20 at one point in time. Thank you very much. Please be careful when hitting the like button. Don't wind up with a broke monitor like I showed in my little short earlier today. And until next time, which will be Tuesday for me, or in just a few minutes over at Camp Pat Family Compound, be safe, take care, and God bless.